Smiling on Jack for Rock My Mirrors, and welcome to Kerbal Space Program. And today we are launching a bunch of satellites. Pretty boring, frankly. Probably should have just put up like a 5-minute video showing all the launches. Or just put them at the start of a video. Meh. It's 20 minutes, so 20 minutes of satellite launching. Well, but yeah, we're using the SCANSAT mod to scan stuff. So we're scanning satellites, I should say. And this first stage is magnificent, how well it performs. This thing can almost gets me into 250 kilometer by 250 kilometer orbit by itself. I barely use the second stage ever, so fairly basic. Still, this is KSP 1.04. All my mods have not been updated to 1.05 yet. Hopefully it will happen soon. But that's, I don't know which stage. Okay, and finished. Game crashes here, so reload. And time to deploy the radar altimetry sensor. And this gets you about 50 science once you analyze and scan the entire plane. If you scan the entire plane, you get about 50 science. So that's why I did all of these, because I'm sending some to the Mun and some other ones around Kerbal, not Earth. But all very, I like how they look. They look pretty good. And another one. Another all in polar orbits except for the Mun ones, because the Mun ones are going to be orbiting the Mun, so you have to get into an equatorial orbit to do a transfer to the Mun. But it's pretty much the same. These engines, the KW rocketry engines, sounded magnificent. They sound much different than the ones from stock KSP. Their stock ones are kind of, I don't know, they don't have the deep bass to it that the KW rocketry ones have, like this one. Without time warp on in both the video and the game, they sound amazing. They just have a deep roar, and a little less efficient that one than the last one, but who cares? Deployed the airstream protective shell, also known as a fairing. And you see we have the multispectral, I think that's what it's called, sensor. This will detect anomalies, and we can analyze the data for 50 science. Put out the photovoltaic cells, aka solar panels. It's pretty boring. And Apple apps. And then we're gonna burn prograde to put our orbit up to 250K. That's the ideal height for these satellites. They are 250K. They can operate at like 5 kilometers, but you're not putting a satellite into orbit at 5 kilometers in KSP. It's impossible. Actually, probably isn't if you got it going fast enough, but who cares? But this burn radial to see if I can pull down the Apple apps and pull up the Perry apps. And that is good. Going pretty slow. Only 2 kilometers per second. Relatively speaking, we're going pretty slow. And always, really. I mean, when you're in a 70 kilometer orbit, you're going about 200 2,300 meters per second, but we're going 2,000. And in the grand scheme of things, all objects are moving extremely fast, so we're not really moving fast at all. And on the ground, we're moving extremely fast, but yeah. And we can now disconnect. As you can see, I barely use any fuel in this stage. It's frankly just overkill. I could probably do it all with RCS. And deploy the multispectral scan. And looks pretty cool. I do like the models in SCANSATS. SCANSATS is my favorite mod, and too much SAS or whatever they're called control wheels, which are extremely overpowered in KSP compared to real life. And to get you a little cinematic, looks pretty cool. Anyway, this one's going to go into an equatorial orbit for its transfer to the Mun. We can actually go pretty fast, pretty low in this. I put it down to about 3/4 throttle until I'm about 7,500 meters above, and then I throttle all the way up, and I turn over really quick. I mean, I'm going extremely fast, extremely low. As you can see, I'm going 1,300 at extremely low. I'm almost going like orbital speeds in the real low, so. Going about 2 kilometers, and we get into space. Now burn till 2. Oh, right, I don't have to get into 250k for this one. I just have to get there. And this thing gets me perfectly into orbit with barely enough to spare. Deploy the solar panels. And now prepare for the maneuver. About 850 meters per second. Give or take 0.1 meter per second. Which is, I don't know. I'm not used to metrics. And the thing is thinking of my old one, so it is way off, but it'll still get me to the Mun. Burn, burn, burn. That's pretty much the name of the game. It should be the name of the game. Burn, burn, burn. No, Kerbal Space Program sounds better. I'm planning on to KSP mods, which I think would be cool. I like KSP mods. Those are my favorites. Though the problem is they need to implement KSP 64-bit so it's not super crashy, so we can have tons of mods, but that they have it, but it's so crashy that's almost unusable. It's almost as bad as running, like, only being able to run 4 gigs, but that's what they're supposed to say. They're saying they're going to do in KSP 1.1, but we just got KSP 1.05. Did I already say that? I think I already said that. Yeah, whatever. And this one's going to go to about 250k again. That's a good number, I think. Just keep it all the same. Off camera, or I'll just put up a little clip at the start of the video next time. That is, taking some more to min-miss and launching them to min-miss, because I can get an extra 100 science from that and scan them and pull the alarm up. Kerbal alarm clock isn't a clop. Kerbal alarm clock is a magnificent mod. It's one of my favorites, just for how useful it is. I mean, you can warp to Apple apps, warp to Perry apps, freaking like set timers so you don't run past them, and you just all handy. And we're gonna, yeah, that happens for some reason. I get stuck in the ground and I just start tilting over. I'm like, oh crap. Yeah. it looks really weird, but whatever. This one's a multispectral scan for the Mun. And we launched it real quick. A day before, like, just a few hours, so I guess maybe the Kerbals built them together, just changed out the scanner, but used the same one. And what am I doing here? I have no idea. Oh, yeah, I don't know what I was doing. And deploy solar panels. Solar panels are one of the first things you want to get. And we start going to 60 kilometers. And can we... come on. Radio. Or not. And warp to just our Apple apps. And then we'll just procreate a little. And we're in orbit. Now launch the Mun again. I frankly could do this by hand, but I'm not going to. I did it at in one of my older episodes when we didn't have patched conics or maneuvering, but I did it all manually. I've never done it manually other than that. But that was really cool. I bet Scott Manley could still do better. He could probably like freaking go to Duna without a maneuver node. Frankly, it's not that hard. Because you just have to burn Prograde or Retro till you get close. And switch over to the SCANSAT 3, I think. And I'm not even going to use the maneuver nodes. I find maneuver nodes kind of tedious, I guess, would be the word. I just don't find them useful, really. And switch to it. And SY change. Oh, that's cool. Both of them are coming on opposite sides. That's cool. I only have 40-minute gap between them getting to orbit. Jump to ship. And burn. I use maneuver nodes mainly for timing. So I could even use peri-apps and apple-apps like I'm doing now. Which is... And we'll start the scan of the Mun. I like the music in ×4. It's very... I don't know. And 250 about. And add alarm. Now just work time. And I messed this up, I think. And burn retro a little. Get it to 250. Turn around. And perfect. That's good enough in my opinion. Or not in old me opinion, apparently. And warp time. And switch to burn, burn, burn. 250, 247. Come on. Put a bigger node there. It's just a signal when it's going to stop. So... the music is sort of weird this way. Look at the altimetry map of Kerbal. And I mess it up. But who cares? I'm like, oh crap, I missed it. But just burn. Normally. I think that's which one is normally. It's kind of weird saying burn normally. It's like saying, I don't know what else it'd be saying. Burn, I don't know. And switch to the other one. Get rid of that and burn normal. You just have to follow it to keep it. That's why newer nodes don't usually work, I've found. And switch to, and we can finish it up. Now, time warp. Or not. And I'm guessing, yes. Okay, this one gets me 30 seconds. Even this low duration of sand's surface is amazingly wonderful. You can't wait to deploy this technology to the moon and beyond. This is fairly small upload for the comms dish, but the other one takes a ton of 30 science from that one. I think 50 from the other, so 80 science from each body. And analyze the data. Okay, they each are 30. Same thing. 60 science from each. You just hope that it's scrum resistant as you remember eating a snack while the thing was being fitted. And this one takes... that's a big file to upload. And I like launching satellites. They're my favorite thing to do, is launch tons of satellites. In one of my old careers, I had like 10 satellites that are all scanning. I don't remember. No, I had like 10 satellites doing stuff. I really should put in, what's the mod? I forget. But it's the one that adds you having to have comm satellites, that's just really cool, in my mind. And it's basically a bunch of waiting for electric charge, even though we have 2 large solar panels. Man, I love this game. Especially with 1.05. I mean, space shuttles engines are just beautiful things, and seeing them, like... I was trying to design my first shuttle before 1.05 came out, and I didn't even know about what was coming out in 1.05. And it was 1.04, and I spent like 5 or 6 hours working on it. I could never get it working because I'm bad at this game. And warp time. And we're good. Now, analyze the data. 36. Multi-surface analysis of the lunar surface can neither confirm or deny whether the surface is made of cheese. Yes. I bet the Kerbals were thinking of mining it for other tasty, cheesy snacks. Because that's how the Kerbals think. They also want to mine Minmus for its delicious pudding-like flavor that they think is there. But it would probably kill them if you ingested it. And uploading. Boring. And there you go. Switch to SCANSAT 3. Yes, because this one's with the altimetry. The data shows broad sweeping strokes of the landscape below. A higher resolution scale will be more helpful, but you probably find a suitable landing site with this data. This one's much quicker upload. And am I doing this? Yes, I am. Then I tried it. Oh no, that was because I turned off the SAS and it started spinning like that for whatever reason. I guess it, like, torqued it really hard. But now we have 121 science. Not enough to get anything, but I've been Smiler on Jack for Rock Bottom Gamers. Follow me on Twitter at ROK Bottom Gamers to get updates on new videos, and I'll see you guys next time on Kerbal Space Program.